African Democratic Congress had their primaries yesterday, and it was just the way everyone was expecting. And at the end of the day, Ayatollah Amechi have all expressed satisfaction, even before the end of the result. Well, not just that. Yesterday was actually one of those days you ask yourself so many questions. Years ago, Children's Day were celebrated by kids, but what about yesterday? Well, Obi Ezekwesili yesterday came out to say that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not have any right or justification to celebrate the children he has not cared for over the years. Currently, some kids are currently in kidnappers' den. They were kidnapped in Oyo State. Until date, no one can tell you exactly what the condition of these kids are. Ordinary Nigerians, of course, have made various comments, and today they've been facing several trials. They're in courts. Some, for example, Justice Crack issue. We all know about Justice Crack matter and the rest of it. Well, it's not for me today to start explaining to everyone. But at the other side of it, still, we have a lot of issues when it comes to the political terrain in Nigeria. What about the plateau? Yes, we do. Also be taking a look at the PKK issue, and not just the PKK issue. Also be looking at some of the matters that happened during the primaries. Is the direct primary setting the right tone for democracy, or we feel the Nigerian system is just how it is, no matter what you bring to actually change it? The politicians are still the same, and nothing will go. Join us on the show this morning, but before we get to introduce them, I have with me this morning my regular co-host, a regular suspect. That's good morning, Emeka.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning to you, our dear listener. In the words of Mr. Reno Mokre, if I'm a suspect, at least, like the law says, I am only guilty. I am innocent until proven guilty. So I haven't done it. I'm only suspected to have done something bad.
You're
I haven't done something bad. Plus, hey, I could be Yahaya Bello, or I could be Ifeanyi Okowa, I could be Senator David Mark. I could be fingered for having stolen millions of dollars from Nigerian people.
But
no proof yet. Hey, still in court. Plus, I am still innocent until proven guilty. Good morning to you, Nigerians. Like you said, yesterday was Children's Day, and ideally it was supposed to be a day for children around the world to celebrate. For Nigeria especially, it wasn't a day for celebration, even though I saw the president's speech, which was asked questions by journalists after he went for prayers, the Eid prayers yesterday in Lagos, and his responses left a lot to be desired. To every child out there who is Nigerian, who has to live with the... Again, I know that what I'm going to say might spark some reactions, and some people might send letters, but I'll say it still. Nigeria is supposed to be a dream for the young person. It's supposed to be something to aspire towards. And I often ask the question, what is a Nigerian dream? For the child out there who sees on TV that people of their age or even younger than them have been abducted, there's no future for them. For the young person out there who believes in a brighter future, who believes in doing something grand for the world and for their country, Nigeria seems to be a nightmare for them. But I want to say that we'll still keep holding on. We'll still keep believing. How long our hope will hold us for, I do not know. But there's anything I think and I've learned so far is that you would never, the game never ends until the game ends. Until you're dead and buried, we'll still keep fighting. Good morning.
All right, a lot of fights still ongoing on whether the primaries were right. Imagine if political internal crisis like this could happen in political parties. What might happen during the main election? That's the fear of Nigerians. But to join us to have this conversation on the state of politics and other political matters is no other person but Dr. Reggie. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Richard. Good to see you here.
All right, very much later we'll also bring on able comrade. I'm laughing because the issue we'll be having might steer a lot of reactions at the end of the day. Mr. Emmanuel Zoma, good morning, sir. All right. Yeah, I think we'll come back to you, Mr. Emmanuel. Let's focus on Dr. Reju for now. Let's get some of these issues straight and how they have been across the country. Dr. Reju, over the years, we've seen how Nigeria, done its political, been involved in politics, how Nigerians have been involved in politics. Recently, one of those things that happened was the Electoral Act that changed how primaries, one of the clauses, one among the clauses, changed how political primaries should take place in political parties from the indirect primary system, which has the delegates as one of those ways, while the direct primaries involving political party members who are bona fide members, involving all. But today we've seen a different scenario. Do you think this electoral act has helped the system, or it has rather delineated the system?
Well, Richard, I was asking Emeka off air, why he has to torture me. I thought you were really accusing him already of being a suspect for torturing me to bring me on this kind of discussion, because Emeka and I, we've had discussion over these things over the years. Richard, I think there is a particular line, I don't know, I think it's credited to Albert Einstein, who says that the same mentality or mindset or principles or cultural norms that actually produce a problem cannot be the same that will be used to solve it. Sure. If I'm a politician in Nigeria today, this will be my prescription for how politics should be run, because it benefits me.
How?
Yeah, because you said how. Who benefits from this system? Who drafts the policy on the Electoral Act that Richard is referencing? Who passed the law, right? Who are the ones operating it? They know that if they operate it contrary to the way the policy is being defined, there will be no consequence, because the referee is the one playing the game. So it's just for me, there is a whole sense of despondency in the system, in the nation. You are reflecting, and you said hope, and again you said you don't know how long the hope is going to sustain. If hope can no longer be trusted to sustain, then what's the point? It's because we're Africans. If situations like this are happening in other climes, the rate of suicide will have skyrocketed, will have spiked. But here we've been trained, we've been groomed, our orientation is survivor. So if you chase a Nigerian to the wall, they break the wall and continue to run. So what's happening here is, we have adopted analysis for action in place of action. It's as if we've done something once we've come on radio and we talk about it. It's as if we've done something. There is nothing happening. If, like Richard said, politicians who are supposed to be the players in the coming general election cannot even, internally conduct their own elections, and you think that's a problem?
But some would argue that because the umpire for the general elections are not politicians, but independent body who are vast in managing elections, it would be unfair.
Who are these
of
people you
us-
are referring to?
The INEC, the official
Emeka,
empire
I'm
for
sorry
elections.
to cut in. We talk on ideal terms. Who says INEC officials are not politicians? Where did you get that fact from?
But they're not supposed to be politicians.
It's supposed to be, are they not? You see, let's call a spade, right? Do you think a politician? I mean, I've made the analysis on this radio, maybe on this set before. If the owner of Chelsea Football Club is the one that's going to appoint the referee that's going to officiate their games, what do you think the outcome will be? If the politician, if the president who is going to be a candidate in the election is the one appointing the electoral umpire, what are we really talking about here? What exactly are we talking about here? My point is, I think I wrote on my blog on Facebook this week that the fix for me, you might say I'm out of my mind. If any Nigerian is claiming, I can tell you psychologically that if we take Nigerian through a mental health check today, over 99% will fail it.
Why are you so sure about 99%?
I'm telling you, Nigerians are, let me give you a simple instance. Look at the way we drive on the road. Look at how we easily snap, and look at the other extreme where we see things going wrong and nobody seems to care. We're talking about Children's Day. By now, the flag of this country should be flowing at half mast. These are the kind of things I'm talking about. It takes a serious mental health challenge for somebody to watch that and life continues. What everybody should be talking about right now, that this whole electoral bogus system, that should be the focus. That system, first of all, is what we should address, right? Is what we should address before we can trust it. It's like we want to go and play a game and we've not prepared the pitch. These are the things for me. I don't really know what we're talking about. We have developed some sort of, analysis that become therapeutic for us. When we analyze, when we ask many Nigerians to tell you the meaning of ADC, they might not know the full meaning. They just know that I stopped I've stopped listening to political news because it's just a charade. It's the same old. I've forgotten the party that someone like Peter Obi is now. I've forgotten.
How do you, if you are saying you are no longer interested in what's happening, then how do you get to inform the public of the right? Because giving up on the matters will not solve the matter.
I'm not giving up.
Okay.
Right? I'm not giving up. Like, my prescription for the next election is that let it be colored with a high dose of lack of credibility by huge low turnout. That's an action.
So you're supporting voter apathy?
It's not apathy. Boycott.
But that still paves way for whoever wants to do whatever to still get into power. This
is the point, Richard, and this is why we need to be on radio. You are actually fulfilling your role, right? It's better now. People are talking about PVC. PVC has been in operation since when? I'm not talking about apathy. I'm talking about I can't play football on a basketball pitch.
That's true.
That's it. There is no system to produce what we are looking for. That's what I'm saying. And then we go and play. It's not, you see, I'm not saying apathy. Richard, Emeka, let me tell you, I think the last time this country ever voted, maybe we can say June 12, 1993. I'm telling you, there is no election in Nigeria. We're just deceiving ourselves. Look at it. Consensus. Everybody is saying, we don't need to do anything. Tinubu has already won the second term. True or false?
But
is that no? Is that not a general opinion
from APC supporters?
No.
It is a general opinion.
No.
It is a general opinion.
It is a general opinion. Unless we want to, deceive ourselves. It's a general opinion. So if Arsenal is going to win the league, why go 38 games? Why? Just give them the trophy.
Some will say that.
I don't know. I'm just tired of analysis. I want action.
What does action mean for you?
I'm giving a prescription, and it looks crazy, and I think I'm crazy because I've had opportunities to go and live elsewhere, and I decided to stay here, and it's affecting my mental health. So I think I am not normal. This is not how a human society should be. I mean, the president came out of a meeting on Children's Day. He was just rambling. I can't make sense of what the guy said. I can't make sense of it. Maybe Emeka can interpret.
I can.
Okay.
I can't see that before.
You see, these are the kind of things we're talking about. Do that in civilized climes. It won't happen. Look at what's happening in Britain. Again, don't let me compare. Because the politicians in Nigeria, when politics has become a profession, it's a problem. The politicians in Nigeria, they are not inept. It's not ignorance, right? It's outright wickedness, greed, and they love it. Poverty has been weaponized. People can't even, I don't know. The amount of money I used to fill my tank before is now less than half tank. And life continues. No nation, no human society continues as if there's nothing wrong anywhere in the world. The system we have in this country is deliberately designed, to undermine transformation, to undermine development. I always give the example of our state governments, right?
Yes.
Nigeria is the only state in the world where you have a governor, you have a state assembly that makes laws, and they don't have a law enforcement agency.
All right, let's come to Mr. Zokmali. Like Richard asked, the primaries, let's come down home, in Plateau State was also marred with a lot of inconsistencies. Whether it was in Just North for the House of Representatives and Senate, or was in PKK for the House of Representatives, many people have alluded that the APC, in its ploy to feel the candidate it prefers, disenfranchised a lot of Nigerians. What's your thoughts on that? And do you think that the primaries, again, Plateau State as a case study, has lived up to its expectations in strengthening democracy in the country?
I think your mic is bad. Let's have a switch there for him.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I would say thank you, Emeka, for this opportunity. Primary elections of major political parties in the state have come and gone. But the issue remains the same. The issue of moral decadence, the issue of manipulating guidelines, the issue of bypassing electoral laws and apply whims and caprices of individuals who are politicians have already taken the order of the day in all the primaries conducted so far in some cases, except for a few which I want to believe that they are somehow somewhat very, very transparent and credible to a large extent. Now, I won't speak about any other political party, but my own party, which is the People's Democratic Party.
I'm sorry.
Of course, yes.
Sorry, you said you won't speak about any but your
Other
party.
political parties.
Which is your party?
PDP.
The PDP.
Yes. In which I contested, and I am supposed to be declared the winner of Penshin Kenke Kanam Federal Constituency.
What happened? Did the people not vote you?
Good. Now, the party appointed various returning officers to the 3 local government areas that make up the federal constituencies.
Okay.
But my own returning officers' results had not been announced up to now.
But they declared a winner.
I heard on social media that a winner has been declared. On social media, but my party has not informed me that a winner has been declared.
So hold on, just for clarity's sake, when was this announcement made and when was it supposed to be made?
What I can only tell you is that the returning officer appointed by the People's Democratic Party to my local government area, while the coalition was ongoing in my local government area, the results were collated from the various 14 federal wards of my local government area, and I was there live witnessing. And all the institutions that are supposed to be on ground during primary elections of all political parties were on ground. And results were collated from the wards, and given the fact that some ward areas in my local government area can take up to 3 hours from their destinations to the local government town, we concluded the collation by 3 p.m. On our way to the collation center in Panshin, which is the usual venue for PDP Coalition Center, we discovered that that place was under lock and key. Nobody was there. The returning officer with the result from my local government had to call the state chairman, organizing secretary, and the director of administration of the party to inform them of the unfortunate development that the coalition center of Penshin Kenke Kanam Federal Constituency, PDP primary, was locked.
What was the response?
And nobody was there.
What was
They
the response?
directed him to bring the result to the state secretariat.
Was
in
that supposed
Jos.
to be the venue of the event?
Now, it's not supposed to be. But who masterminded locking the coalition center? Is it because my opponent is from that local government area, then he masterminded locking the coalition center of the party when the returning officer for the federal constituency is fully aware that there were 3 returning officers appointed by the party? If 2 have returned their result from the various local government areas, how about the remaining 1 local government area, which is my own local government?
How sure it was the one that masterminded? How sure are you that it was the one that
Now I'm
masterminded
saying this because there is definitely a suspicion, and on social media it was broadcast that a result has been announced. Then we have waited up to this moment to hear from the party who announced the result from my local government. Who announced the result? Because those that they appointed, they are 3 in number, and the list is there. Their names are there, which were published. So who brought the result for my local government if the purported announcement or declaration in that coalition center has taken place?
So now you're crying
So
foul.
this
now
is
from what
gross
happened.
rascality that we have never witnessed in PKK. Gross rascality that it has never happened in any PDP primaries that I have ever known since 1999. I have participated in PDP primaries since 2003. That I know, I have never experienced a situation whereby a whole local government result is excluded up to now and it has not been announced.
Hold on.
So now, yeah.
Please, just for clarity's sake, you said, in your words, that the secretariat was locked and the returning officer in your local government was asked to come to Jos.
Sure.
Has there been an official announcement of the winner of that primaries?
That is what I don't know. That's why I said my party has not communicated me yet, because the person they appointed to my local government called to say that I have the result for Kanam local government area with me here at the coalition center in Panshin, which is the usual venue. But the place is under lock and key and nobody is here.
So in other words, even the results from from Panshin and Kanke were not announced.
Then if you say that a result has been announced, where did they get the results from?
Who announced it?
That is what I don't know. Because the party appointed the coalition officer for the federal constituency. So the party should answer that question.
Again,
As for me, what I know is that the party appointed 3 returning officers, who were accredited by the party and were deployed to the 3 local government areas to return results. And the party appointed the coalition officer for the entire PKK, who will collect the results from the 3 local government areas. After collecting the results for the various aspirants, then whoever scored the highest result will be declared winner, right?
Yes.
Now, in this case, there is no way you can say, there is any purported announcement, there's no way you can say you announce only 2 local government areas.
Of course, that's
whereas
the
we
3.
have 3 local governments that make up the federal constituencies.
But to you,
right?
which of these factions do you think, because we have the Tongshidan-led PDP on the plateau. and
I'm
we have
coming to that.
Ibrahim
I'm
Ondabo.
talking about PDP first, right? I'm talking about PDP first.
No, but somebody must bear the responsibility. One of the
I'm coming
leadership
to
must
what
bear
you're
the
saying.
responsibility.
I'm coming to that. So I just want to establish a fact that PKK has a representative under the leadership of Peter Tongshen as the state chairman. The result has not been announced. Any ridiculous candidacy for PDP under the leadership of Peter Tongshen is just a scam. It's a scam. Because my local government can never be excluded by an individual nor by any political party. My local government is constitutionally a member of federal constituency of the Panshin Kanke Kanam. And nobody can detach that local government by not announcing the result of that local government. The party appointed all the party officials as returning officers. So I expect by now the result should have been collated and whoever scored the highest vote should be declared duly
Okay,
as the winner.
I want clarity because I don't want to go in circles. You said with your own words that the party has not officially communicated to you yet who the winner is.
Yes.
It means that either collation has not been completed, which is weird because ideally it should have been done by now, or there is an issue with the collation. some would also argue that because the party has not officially announced a winner yet, you don't have a case to say, oh, there is foul play. The party has not said this is the winner. Therefore, you don't have any case. Oh, they've done anything. Have they done any foul play?
There is guideline.
The guidelines are,
The guidelines has timeline
which is
for conduct of primary election, collation of primary election, and announcing or declaring the results for the constituency. It will not last within maximum 48 hours.
when was the
Now,
election
the primary
conducted?
election was on the 17th of this month.
Conducted on 17th.
17. Now, because of the distance, and usually my local government, sometimes they even extend up to Monday. If in general elections that take place on Saturday, you will discover that Sunday, collation of results from various wards, and for them to move from the various wards to Dengi town, which is the capital of the local government, is a difficult task. And for them to collect the results from various wards again that Sunday, it will spill over to Monday, most times all elections in my local government area.
Okay.
But in our case, which is the PDP primaries that we have to conduct direct primary from the various wards, it took us 48 hours. Sorry, 24 hours.
Okay.
Because we concluded the coalition by 3 p.m. Even the returning
On the
officer
17th.
on the 18th.
On the 18th, okay.
Yes. Even the returning officer, in his report, he indicated when this coalition concluded in Dengi, which is the capital of the local government. And we proceeded to INEC office to submit the result to them. And there are pictures where the returning officer had with the EO, that's the electoral officer of INEC in the local government area, to tell them at the time when this primary election results were collected. So I expect that as at before now, or by latest by that 18 in the evening, the party should have called on the returning officer for PKK, whom they assign to collect the result of the constituency and announce winner. They should have called on him to ask why the local government of Kanam result has not been received, collected, and announced.
They haven't done that.
They haven't done that. And I expect that the party is doing what they can do about it. I trust that they can do justice to that. Right?
Okay.
Now, you see, when things have been delayed to this extent, it is always said that justice delayed is justice denied. Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm saying there is no way a whole local government will be detached by a political actor. The entire vote of the people of Kanam being disenfranchised from the primary election conducted in Penshin Kanki Kanam, which is rather unfortunate, and we will not take it.
All right. Richard.
All right. Well, I think before we get back to Dr. Reju, I just want to ask you now. You said you won't mention anything about your other political parties because you participated in your election, but I think I'll respect that and hold on to that very view of yours. But let's come down to your political party. You said this was actually the Honorable Tongshen led, right?
Yeah.
PDP.
Yes.
Now, my question is very simple. It's very simple here. If there was a process, there were guidelines to that very process. Where was it mentioned that this election will be announced first?
Usually, every ward has a center. If it is primary or secondary election.
Where was the center?
The ward areas, every political party has a center at a ward area.
Yes.
So the results are collected at the ward level. At that center of the party, they have like headquarters where results will be collected at that ward level. Then announced. After announcing the various results from the ward, they will take it to the local government area, which is, it has a headquarter too, like a center where all results will be collected at that point. Then they will proceed to the federal constituency collation center. Our own in PKK, both senatorial and reps constituency, is in Panshin. Panshin is the headquarters of coalition center for both senatorial in Central Zone and PKK. Now, the result from Kanam was taken from Dengi, which is the capital of Kanam local government area, to the final coalition center for the entire 3 local government areas, which is Panshin. And we took the result there. We discovered that the center is locked under lock and key.
Yeah, you've mentioned this very part. Which of these processes was skipped at, during, like,
what I'm saying, all the processes in my local government were
Yeah,
duly followed.
Except the one.
Except
in Panshin.
now to present the result of my local government in Panshin,
Who was
so
supposed
that
to
the
announce?
results from Panshin, Kanke, Kanam, 3 local government areas will be put together. Then all the scores for each aspirant will be collated, and by the time they are added, then you will discover who is the winner, who
Who
has
was
the
supposed to be
highest
returning
scores.
officer from.
He's from
Adjunct?
Kanke.
What's his name? I'm talking about his name. Who's the person?
I don't really know his name, but I know he's one doctor, somebody like that from Kanke local government area.
So now, from this process, if it's announced and you're not the winner, what's the next step you take?
I will know the best decision to take.
Don't you think a lawsuit will be better because the process have actually been, you know?
You see,
Just
we,
asking.
we shouldn't endorse impunity.
Okay.
And that is the kind of gross rascality that people grow hydra-headed in politics with. And the more they cut away with this kind of rascality, it makes the system completely morally bankrupt. And nobody will ever comply with said guidelines. You see, in our system, it is rather unfortunate that we are human beings, that we set rules for ourselves, and yet we go back to violate the rule. We flagrantly contravene the rules we set for ourselves. It's rather unfortunate. It's unthinkable. I don't think there's any normal human being that can ever behave like this. In the first place, why do you have to set the rules for yourself?
So let me.
If
let me
you
ask-
know that you have a kind of unruly behavior and you discover yourself by yourself and you set the rules for yourself to limit the excess behavior or excessive behavior of certain members of the society, and you yourself that set the rules for yourself, you went back again and violate that same rule you set for yourself, and I think we are not normal.
All right. Sorry, let's get back to Dr. Reju now. I think, Dr. Reju, you've heard all he has said.
I hope I did.
Yeah, but for you, I would like to ask you, not just for the PDP, in general, we've heard how primaries have gone all over the country. We've been able to watch videos. We've seen where our arithmetic, sense was messed up with at some point. Some people counted geometrically, and even the geometrically was wrong at some point. But for you, what will you want to say about the APC PDP primaries? I mean, together.
You know, I've always, when my brother was speaking here, I didn't know I had a little bit of attention deficit syndrome because I totally lost track. The analysis, the process. I'll keep saying, Richard, that the most graphic picture I can paint for our political system is this. When a surgeon, mutates into a serial killer, you don't stand a chance. If a pilot decides to hijack a plane, the passengers they don't stand a chance.
True.
That's what's happening. What my brother is describing is like a team. I always use football because my team just won the league. So that's the only thing.
Congratulations
That's
to
the
us,
only
sir.
thing
Please, shake your hands.
That's the only thing that is exciting me right now. And I have to bring that in, to calm me down a little bit. What my brother is describing here now is that a team is preparing to go and play a match. And they are fighting themselves in the training, on the training ground. And their supporters are still shouting that they have a chance. If APC and PDP, in fact, I didn't even know PDP is still existing.
Why?
I didn't know,
It
because
is.
even from what you said here now, there are 2 branches here, right?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are two
Aha,
options.
and you said it's still a party. Which one are they going to now present in the
But INEC
election?
recognize the PDP.
No, but you said there are 2 factions.
Yes, but INEC recognize one.
Aha, okay. Now, within the PDP, which one are they going to present in general elections?
INEC will decide.
You see, Richard, can you see that, again, let me use football again. We are in a match where there are no goalposts. We are playing a football game, right? And there are no goalposts. We don't know, there are no lines. My brother just said something now. He's a political, actor. He's even a candidate. He's asking the question that he should be giving us the answer. That why should we set rules that we know we are not going to obey?
Because there are no consequences for breaking the rules.
Sometimes, Emeka, you are a journalist, you can make some very simplistic statements, right? Why are there no consequences for breaking rules and we still call ourselves a society? Yeah. Why are there no consequences? It's like the police coming out, put placards, and say there is corruption in society. You know, we're not listening to ourselves. We're not. Nothing will come out of all this shenanigans. Because it is a shenanigan. There is nothing, you see, if the motive, the purpose, the intention of going into all these political offices is really going to go and serve, this fight won't be like this. What you are seeing here is just a fruit, is a product, evidence of self-serving. This is too much. If it is, you know, I always tell the story that as a teenager, I worked in the National Assembly. As a teenager in 1979. When I worked in the National Assembly in 1979, senators, House of Reps members were not on salary. It was only Joseph Wires, and who was the Senate President, and Ume Uzoke, who was the Speaker, who had official cars. Senators and rep members were brought to the House in TBS in Lagos in a van. They have a bus that brings them. Because they were all housed in 1004. You see, our past shouldn't be better than our present. What we have right now is not going to produce anything. It's not. So what I'm proposing is Nigerians should first of all clamor for, let's fix the process before we begin to expect an outcome. The next election should not happen. It shouldn't.
All right.
It should not happen.
All right. Well,
Nigerians should just avoid it because it's not going to produce anything. And the politicians know that you vote, you don't vote, the result will come out. I mean, this is a local government election that my brother is talking about. And they can't produce
a federal constituency election, not really a local.
A federal constituency. You are campaigning for. You are going
House
for
of Reps.
House of Reps, federal House
Yeah.
of Reps. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? And we cannot. They can't even. Oh my
Not
goodness.
Primary.
Primary.
Primary of a political party.
Primary, Richard.
All right, Dr.
And then
Reddy.
we're still hoping
They
that.
have to circumvent the process.
And this,
okay,
my
Doc.
brother, you've given me. This guy should pay for coming to say all this. You should play JF. You should pay
Of course you
JFM
should
for
pay,
this
of
platform.
course you pay.
Yeah.
Okay, now, but this is it now. I think, well, Nigeria has constitutional right to actually, go out there to vote. But of course, let's understand that it's not our own view to tell people to boycott. It's Dr. Reggie's view.
It's my view.
So
And
we
somebody
are-
has already actually
Of course,
mentioned,
of course.
Richard,
So
somebody
we
has
are still
mentioned that
encouraging-
it must become a move. You see, Nigerians has a right to
But
go
there are
and
better.
vote.
but
I
no, but there are
also
better
have a
ways.
right.
Yeah, but there are
I-
better ways.
Of what?
There are better ways to go about it.
This is a way. You can say there are better ways, and I agree. But I'm saying that we're in a state of emergency.
Why can't we do it like this?
How?
People go out to vote, and at
For who?
all cost.
For who?
For whoever they want to
For
vote
this, for the candidate that this man is already saying that the guy is not credible. He's not properly
There are party members,
elected.
there are supporters. They should go out there and see what exactly is happening.
Let the politicians alone do it. You see, Nigerian vote day, it has never counted.
No, but we can't
It
continue
will,
to do like
you know
this because
what
it means
what we
that
are
it's not
saying
about
in
the
a local
situation.
government. In a local government, who are the people conducting all these kind of elections? Emeka, Richard, Google form, simple Google form will conduct an election in a local government. Simple Google form. But do you want to tell me this guy doesn't know about Google form? But they won't use it because it will be credible. It will be trustworthy. We said the Electoral Act that now people are already look at what Peter Obi said. If it's a sane society, he should be arrested.
What did he say that?
He said that if the vote doesn't count, we're going to count it ourselves. That's a very serious statement. That's a very, very serious statement.
But in your own words, you said that the reality on ground does not align with the ideals. And if you're going to go by your own statement, it means the reality on ground of the Nigerian electoral system does not align with the ideals of how elections should be.
Exactly. So if it doesn't, then why have the election? Let's fix it first. Let's make it consistent with how elections should be conducted. Nigerians right now, we should be talking about, let us fix the process. A constructive outcome cannot come out of an inefficient process.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think from all of this, we've been having major discussions. It's boiling here in the studio. But let's take it to the listener now. Let's listen to them and hear what they have to say regarding this. Hello, good morning.
Richard, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Richard, my brother, I hope you are doing well with your beautiful wife.
Yeah, we're trying our best. Thank you.
This is Honorable Justa from Due Joshua.
All right, welcome, Rujitsat.
My brother Richard, this is my opinion. And it's very, very unfortunate. Some of our politicians, the way they talk. See, the two young men in the studio there, our brothers, I want to ask them one question now. Had he been the one, the primaries, you understand? Can they come on air and be saying that people should let only the politician go and vote?
All right, Judas, let me correct the notion here. Sorry, let me correct the notion here. Only one person is a politician here. Dr. Reggie is not a politician. For Honorable Emmanuel Zopmal, of course, that's how he had Honorable in his name, of course. Probably you call him a comment. Yes,
Richard,
so he was the one affected.
Had he won his primary, can you come on air and just turn this question on him? Can he come on air and say that people should relax, let the politician go and vote? You understand? By themselves. Can he come and make such comment?
Jude, did you hear what he said? He has not said he lost election. All he said was the place was supposed to take place. It was supposed to be announced. It was not announced. The place was locked. Simple and short. Nothing more, nothing less. He's not the one calling for boycotts. Dr. Reggie is the one calling for boycotts. So let's understand the situation.
Let us keep on watching. By the grace of God, it shall be well with you, Richard, and Nigeria at large. Good morning.
Amen. Thank you so much. Interesting. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
This is Alan B. Jira. I'm calling from Butchering Road.
Alan B. Jira, please, you have the floor. Talk to us.
It's all right. I think I tend to disagree with Dr. Is it Raju in the studio?
Dr. Reggie. Dr. Reggie, yeah.
We, some of us advocating that Nigeria should come out and vote. There shouldn't be voters apathy. But for him to say that because the system has failed us, we shouldn't come out to vote or there's no need for election, I think to me is uncalled for. That is one. Secondly, if we vote and we protect our vote, I'm telling you, they're going to do the right thing. Democracy is not a dinner party where you sit at home and expect magic to just happen. You have to participate and you have to do the needful. So that even when you are praying to God in heaven, God knows that you've already played your part. And the issue of Peter Obi, he made mention of Peter Obi that if they do not count the election, something like that, we'll count it ourselves. If you are used to giving me money and you're not counting the money properly or giving me shortage, definitely I'll count the money, and there's nothing wrong with that.
This is not money. This is votes of people. This is not a marketplace. You know what I'm talking about.
I just give an example with money. You understand? So to me, I think Nigerians should come out and vote. If not, they are buying vote. Why are they buying the vote if their vote will not count? Why are they giving us money to sell our vote to them? We know in one way or the other that we're not going to have it 100% perfect, but at least we have to start from somewhere. We have to sacrifice and we have to do the needful.
All right,
That's
your
my
point is
solution.
well noted.
Thank you.
So much, Alan Jira. Okay, we have more calls to take. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Richard.
Good morning, welcome. Today you sound like a saint. Are you a saint today, Benedict?
My name is Saint Benedict.
Okay.
My name is Saint Benedict. You said the guest in the studio that a saint from Nigeria, his name is Benedict and he's calling.
All right, tell us where you're calling
I
from,
want to
Saint
appreciate
Benedict.
it. I'm calling you from Rockhaven right now.
Okay.
The issue is this. I want to appreciate Dr. Reju. Sir, please, Mr. Emeka and Richard, anytime he comes to the studio, allow him to lecture Nigerians. We need to have these lectures that he's giving us. And first of all, let me correct the impression from his own position of boycotting this election. So the impunity in our electoral system is becoming too much. And if the people that are conducting this election think that they are conducting an election with billions of Nigerian taxpayers' money, and then they can then come back again and manipulate Nigerians and make selections instead of election, I think it's like time for we to boycott. I understand his position. Nigerians should not take him, we should not misunderstand him. And if some certain politicians, even Peter Obi, should make a statement that is actually anti the Nigerian political process, I think it should be called for questioning. I want to correct this particular impression, first of all, from my own understanding, and that is number one. Secondly, on your second guess, this is a politician in the studio, which I understand. I understand that somebody who also contested the election with him in that PKK was in the studio in Just FM yesterday in the evening, to which the man alluded to that he won the election by is it for 14 constituencies or for 14 wards, or then your guest won 2. And so, if this particular issue is what to contend with, and they are in the two parties, please let them stop dragging the name of PDP, the party that has given us life on the plateau and in Nigeria. Let them stop dragging this particular issue, the PDP issue, on the mud, so that the differences will be clear between the PDP and this APC, another political party. PDP is a great party by all standards. Forget about that. Wike has decided to destroy it, and the PDP went to sleep when Wike was destroying it. And sincerely, I want to tell Nigerians that look, if you do not come out to vote, you are actually doing disservice to Nigeria. But again, let me also understand that Nigerian people should also demand that our 320 billion demanded by Amakiton should actually give us a credible election. That's the position of your guests in the studio. We cannot be spending taxpayers' money. Look at how everything has gone up, has gone in the high levels in Nigeria, and yet we that are Nigerians should come and pay our taxes, and after which the federal government will and give one man and can come and give us election. It's unacceptable.
All right.
This is why I'm resent.
Well, thank you so much, St. Benedict, for your take there. All right, let's take one more call before we get to comments. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location, please.
My name is Suleiman from Madama.
Suleiman, please talk to us very shortly.
Yes, thank you so much. I don't have much to say, sir. But sometimes I wonder if I have some Nigerian who are saying that our vote is not counting. I think all of us, we are witness 2015, how the election went on. If we did not come out and vote, maybe it would not be happening. 2015, our vote count. We know that the election was free, fair, and credible election. And we came out and voted, and we protected our voting. Then I think in 2023, not that happened. So I'm not buying the idea that Nigeria should not come out to vote. Let's come out and vote and protect our vote. That God grace, we're getting where we are. We're accepting this country by God grace. So let all of us have our PVC. Don't ever allow anybody to think that don't come out to vote. Please let us, no matter we still have charge, we don't have the PVC, please go and get your PVC. Think that we used to fight these people that we accept they are not doing the right thing in the country.
All right, thank you so much, Suleiman. Your point is well noted. Nigerians will surely get their PVC. Thank you. Before I get to the comments, just to let you know that Nigerians have up till June 11 to actually get your PVC. You understand? If you really want to participate in this election. Emeka?
On Facebook, Victor Barjay says the nationwide primary election process was unfair, and moving from one party to another doesn't change who a politician is. We are going to vote for a candidate with integrity, not a party. Sunday says, I know that all this problem come, and I'm giving you an assurance that APC will be divided just like the PDP. And finally, Dauda Domini goes, instead of them to think of how to rescue the children abducted in Oyo, they are busy canvassing for vote. Yeah. What a pity.
All right, well, these are the comments. Well, let me get Honorable Manners up. Man, what's your thoughts of the calls and opinions on social media?
Well, Richard, I would say that a lot of things are fundamentally wrong with our legal system.
Okay.
Yes. You know, Nigerians have tried to isolate electoral laws from our legal system entirely. They see breaching the constitution of the party or guidelines of the party or electoral guidelines by INEC is not a crime. Now, if we don't criminalize any laid down rules established by the Nigerian state, whether it is INEC guideline, whether it is political parties guidelines, we will continue to isolate and downplay the magnitude of such an offense, and we will see it as normal. People will continue to violate parties' guidelines and produce the kind of leaders that Nigerians least expect. Now, in Nigeria, we don't have independent candidacy. We have nominations by political parties conducted by INEC, which is an institution of this Nigerian state. Now, if INEC registers political parties, those political parties have become an institution of the state as well because they are recognized by INEC. Therefore, the laws or the guidelines or rules set by the party should be upheld as though it is the law of Nigerian state,
All right.
particularly. Because these people that the parties are going to produce, they are going to preside over the Nigerian state and the resources,
All right.
our legal system, our constitution. And if people have begun to violate their own party's guidelines and rules, it means they have become lawless and they don't even deserve to lead Nigeria. And this is where we got it wrong. Until we have to criminalize some of these offenses right from the party level to the electoral guidelines, even to our legal system. We cannot have a system where we will continue to make things
Let's
look
try
like.
to wrap up so Dr. Reggie talks.
Thank you.
We have less
So
time here.
I will urge Nigerians to ensure that if they want to be strict about elections, general elections, they should also try to be strict during the party primaries up to the and their congresses, so that we'll be able to have credible leadership from the party that will produce leaders at the state level.
All right, Dr. Reggie, please, in 40 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, my brother here just agreed with me. And I want to thank St. Benedict for clarifying what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
My brother here just agreed with me. What's on the front burner right now is for us, not the election, the process. The process is defective. We need to fix it. And I don't really understand what people mean by we need to vote and protect our vote. I really don't understand what that means, that we're going to protect our vote. We know in this country, if you go on the street to go and protest, the police will kill you and they will mourn you for 2 days and you are gone. So I really don't understand what we are saying here. My brother is saying that, any election that had to be decided by the court
right, yeah.
doesn't have any credibility. It doesn't have any credibility.
I think we'll
So
have
the
to-
process needs to be fixed first. We can't build a nation in a
We're
hurry.
out of time already.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you for having me.
Thank you both for coming. Dr. Reggie and Honorable Emmanuel Zopmal. Well, I believe the PDP will surely look into that matter. Now,
They will,
after
surely.
now,
Surely.
and
I
of course,
trust their leadership.
we wish you success.
Yeah,
We wish
thank you
success.
very much.
Dr. Reggie, thank you for always showing up, even when it's not comfortable for you.
It's not. It's not a conversation I want to have.
All right, Becca.
Like I always say, forgive your oppressors if you must, but do not ever forget what they've done to you. Good morning.
All right. Well, this is just it. Let's do pray for the safety of the children who are in the hands of the bandits there, or kidnappers. The 48 who are actually kidnapped in Oyo, including teachers. My name is Richard Bandingi. The news comes 10 o'clock. Do well. Stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's throwback and, of course, a public holiday.
JFM.